Now to the high-flying property buyer who knows how to talk the talk, but can he walk the walk? One thing's certain, his checks are bouncing. So, where's the money, Rocco?
Rocco the rat.
Couldn't believe it. There were just so many broken promises.
Are you a liar, Rocco?
No.
I don't understand why someone would go around buying properties and then not paying deposits and not settling. It's ludicrous.
Are you a real estate rat?
No, I'm not.
I wouldn't say that we're gullible people, but he did tell a very, very good story. And I think he had us all believing in his story. I can't understand it. It does not make any sense to me why you would go around and sign contracts on a property if you had no intention of purchasing it.
Meet Kelly and Thomas McCloskey. They say this man, Rocco DeBally, approached them about buying their home in Melbourne's Middle Park, which wasn't even on the market. But they couldn't pass up Rocco's offer of $2.75 million. Soon, though, they sensed something was seriously wrong.
There was story after story as to why the deposit wasn't paid.
They say Rocco sent 2 checks, both bounced.
We started to think, we started to have doubts, but then he'd pop back with another story which sounded believable. It just didn't happen. So this went over a number of months.
Across town, we spot Rocco emerging from this luxury Mercedes while on the prowl for another property.
Hi, Sam from A Current Affair. Just wanted to ask why you buy homes, but then never pay up, Rocco.
Oh, here we go.
Clearly, Rocco isn't happy to see us.
Some people say you're a rat, Rocco. Are you a real estate rat?
I don't know.
Rocco
What
the
is
rat.
going on?
You could say Rocco likes to think he's the big cheese of real estate, only this time he's caught in a trap.
Well, if you've got nothing to hide and there's an explanation for this, why won't you just say so and remove that from your face? Why do you have to cover your face
I
up?
can't. Just cut it out. Leave me alone.
It's not just as easy as tearing up a contract with someone who doesn't pay a deposit. You have to serve them a rescission notice. That's like 14 days you have to wait. And obviously some of these properties are being advertised, so then it's marked as sold online, it's taken down from the internet, the campaign has stopped, and then the family has to then go and try to resell this property.
You might remember Jesse Rayburn from The Block. These days he works as a real estate agent, and that's how he met Rocco.
And he wanted to do a property swap with one that I owned and one that he owned, and wanted to do a joint venture, which is very unusual for someone who you've known for 10 days to want to do big property transactions together. And so I asked in the office, has anyone heard of him? They said no. I mentioned one of the properties that he told me that he'd purchased, and then that's when it all exploded.
Jesse's been in contact with several people Rocco's had business dealings with and says he's shocked by what he's discovered.
To what end? There's nothing to be gained by that. So I don't try to understand why these people do it. I just know that they need to be stopped.
Since our story on Rocco was promoted overnight, we've become aware that he's got some serious form. Rocco is what you'd call a career conman who's even spent time in prison. Rocco DeBally is better known as Rocco Calabresi, or a host of other aliases like Rocco de Gonza and Rocco Carla. Over a quarter of a century, he scammed almost everything you can think of, like 5,500 kilos of prawns worth more than $80,000 to luxury cars and white goods. He's even accused of threatening to kill a member of the media outside court.
I'd love to know what
What his game plan really is.
Are you making money from this? Why are you doing this?
I haven't done anything.
Are you
Leave me alone, please.
Seems Rocco isn't as talkative as when he's trying to sweet talk his way into a deal.
We've spoken to a few people out there who've lost a lot of money because of this.
Yeah, okay.
One of them's suing you. There's another family who were trying to raise some money for cancer treatment,
Yeah.
and this has happened to them.
I haven't done anything.
Thomas and Kelly are now pursuing Rocco through the courts, suing him for the entire deposit. They say he failed to pay.
We eventually did sell the house, but it happened 6 months later, and unfortunately the house has been empty now for 12 months. It's been a costly exercise, that's for sure.
loss of rent and conveyancing fees, solicitors' fees. It was a major inconvenience and a lot of stress.
This couple has a final word of warning to anyone thinking of doing business with Rocco, who claims to run a donut company when he's not busy signing contracts.
Make sure he comes with some bags of cash, not a promised cheque or a...
Donuts, maybe. Donuts would be good. But yeah, no,
No, just leave him alone. Seriously.